Right now, a glitch that's 370 million years old is happening inside your body. You think hiccups are just an annoying accident? Oh no, they're an ancient telegram from your amphibian ancestors, a message your brain forgot to delete. In this video, we'll find out why every time you hiccup, you briefly turn into a tadpole. You'll hear the story of a farmer who hiccuped non-stop for 68 years. You'll learn why babies hiccup in the womb and why sugar works better than fear. We'll break down your body like an old computer running a bug in its code that nature was too lazy to fix. The mechanics of hic. What physically happens when you hiccup? It's a short circuit in your nervous system. First, your brain sends a faulty signal to the diaphragm, the main muscle that moves air. It suddenly contracts, forcing a sharp, powerful inhale. But just 35 milliseconds later, your vocal cords snap shut with a loud click. That hic sound is caused by air slamming at high speed into a closed throat. For an adult, this action is completely useless. It helps neither breathing nor swallowing. It's simply an uncontrollable spasm. The breathing of a tadpole. Where did this strange reflex come from? The answer lies in the swamp. Tadpoles have both gills and lungs. To breathe underwater, they must fill their mouths with water, block the path to the lungs, and forcefully push the water through their gills. Scientists noticed that these movements are identical to human hiccups. When ancient fish crawled onto land and became amphibians, they kept this breathing switch mechanism. We evolved, but deep inside our brains, that ancient program remained, occasionally launching by mistake. Elf mischief. In ancient times, people didn't know about amphibians, so they explained hiccups with magic. The English word hiccup comes from the old term elfsagoda, meaning elf hiccup. People believed invisible spirits crawled into the throat and tickled a person from the inside. In the Middle Ages, hiccups were treated with prayers and even exorcisms. In Russia, people believed hiccups meant someone was thinking about you. They would list names of acquaintances, believing the spasms would stop once the guilty person was named. Funny enough, it worked because shifting attention calms the nervous system. Training before birth. If hiccups are useless for adults, they're vital for babies. Fetuses begin hiccuping in the womb around the 9th week of pregnancy, and they do it often. For the fetus, it's a workout. Hiccups train the diaphragm and breathing muscles, preparing them for the first real breath after birth. The rhythmic movements also help the brain develop, forming new neural connections. So when a pregnant woman feels rhythmic jerks, it's her baby working out before entering the world. The man who hiccuped for 68 years. History records a case where hiccups became a curse. In 1922, farmer Charles Osborne lifted a heavy pig, fell, and started hiccuping. The hiccups never stopped. He hiccuped continuously for 68 years. During that time, his diaphragm contracted 430 million times. Doctors were baffled, and Charles learned how to breathe between spasms without making noise. The most amazing part? The hiccups stopped on their own in 1990. Sadly, Charles enjoyed the silence for only 1 year. He died shortly afterward at the age of 97. The burping theory. There's another theory explaining why hiccups remained in mammals. It's called the burping reflex. When babies drink milk, they often swallow air. That air takes up space in the stomach, and the baby may stay hungry. Hiccups help push the excess air out, making room for food. That's why we often hiccup after soda or eating too fast. Our ancient brain thinks we're babies who swallowed air and tries to fix us. A design flaw. Why are hiccups so easy to trigger? It's all due to poor design. The nerve that controls the diaphragm runs from the neck all the way down through the chest. This is a legacy from fish, whose breathing organs, gills, were located near the head. In humans, the diaphragm moved downward, but the nerve simply stretched like an old wire. Because it's so long, it's easy to irritate by a full stomach, hot food, or even stress. Any irritation along this long path can send a false signal and trigger a spasm.
How to turn it off. Folk remedies like eat a spoon of sugar or hold your breath actually have a scientific basis. They all try to reset the vagus nerve, which connects the brain and the gut. Sugar or peanut butter is hard to swallow. This forces the throat and esophagus to tense, sending a strong signal to the brain that disrupts the hiccup rhythm. Holding your breath raises carbon dioxide levels, and the brain, fearing suffocation, switches from hiccups to survival mode. Fear works worse, it just adds more stress.
We are walking museums. Hiccups are the best proof that humans weren't designed from scratch, but assembled from old spare parts. Nature doesn't like throwing away working mechanisms, even if they're outdated. Every time you say hic, you're running a program written 300 million years ago for life in a swamp. So don't get angry at hiccups. It's your body reminding you of the long, incredible journey life has taken, from the first fish crawling onto land to you sitting in front of a screen.